Welcome to Kingdom Keto with Carrie.
For keto to have a fantastic chili, the one thing you need is seasoning. This is the most important ingredient of a great chili for keto because you want that chili to taste just like a regular chili. While getting your seasonings, simmer your veg, add in your ground meat, and simmer to a golden brown. Then add that meat mixture to the chili pot. So I've brought these seasonings to the table, and these are the things that I want to share with you that really can be combined together to give you that flavor, that ultimate chili flavor. So the first one is some garlic powder. Some real minced garlic together in that pot is going to really give it that garlicky flavor. And then you're going to put a little bit of oregano. You can use some basil as well if you would like, but oregano is a must-have for chili. And then we have, of course, your chili powder. The chili powder, you're going to use a little bit extra. Let's say you do about 1 tablespoon of each of these for a large pot of chili or a medium to large pot of chili. I would probably double to the 2 tablespoons of the chili powder. Then you're going to go with your paprikas. Now, I have 2 paprikas shown here. One is a smoked paprika and the other one is a regular paprika. I would suggest at least a tablespoon of each combined together. That smoky paprika is excellent. If you don't prefer a chili, then just go with a little bit of extra paprika. And then you're going to use some cayenne pepper. That cayenne pepper is going to give it that really true southern bite of flavor. And you're going to blend all of those together inside your chili pot. And before I continue with your liquids, I just want to share from a seasoning perspective, you're going to use at least 2 to 4 bay leaves. Bay leaves are used a lot in a soup base, but for chili, it really adds that extra oomph that you need for a keto chili. And the last 2 things is if you like a smoky chili and you've already used your smoked paprika, you could always put a little dab of some liquid smoke in there as well to give it that underneath depth of the smoke flavor. And if you would like to add a Cajun flavor to yours. Now, this particular one that I used, I did add it, and this one is the Ragin' Cajun. They have restaurants all over and they have their own seasoning, or you might have a different type of Cajun flavor. That's always great to add as well in your chili. Most of these ones on the front row here that I covered are the staples of chili, and these are additional add-ins if you like to add that type of flavor into your chili. You're going to use beef broth and about 6 cups of water, and you're going to stir that around and let that chili start to get cooking in that broth. And then lastly, you're going to go for your tomatoes. This is where we're going to talk about keto. If you happen to have someone in your family that's diabetic and they're watching sugar, tomatoes have sugar in them. So it's important that you look for a low carb, low sugar tomato option. You could chop up some Romans in there and throw them in and have that fresh tomato flavor, which is always great for clean keto. You also could do, as a second option, you could just do some low carb tomato paste or tomato sauce as an option for your chili base, and a Rotel tomato option where you have the green chili and the tomatoes and those flavors already integrated into the tomatoes flavors. Might consider that as well. And then you're going to reduce down that boil to a simmer. And the simmer is going to be where you have the best chili ever. You're going to start to see those tomatoes piping hot, and it's going to start to thicken up. And the next thing you want to do is add some xanthan gum. About 1 teaspoon should do it. It's just a little xanthan gum. And what it's going to do is, if you're not using a tomato paste, this xanthan gum is just going to add a little bit more of the depth of thickness for your chili, and it's going to enhance that broth flavor so much. Let it simmer for quite a while, and you just can continue to taste it. You're going to know when that chili is ready. Your ground meat's already cooked, your vegetables are already cooked, so it's really about getting the flavors blended together for a great chili. Now, as I told you in the beginning, we have a chili bar. I'm going to show it to you here. The chili bar is set up so that you can have all of your friends and family gather around, put a little bit of shredded cheese, a little bit of onion, a little bit of jalapeno, etc. Let me show it to you now. Chili has completely simmered and been on the stove for at least an hour, and now it's piping hot. Look at that beautiful meat with all the flavors and seasoning and tomatoes in there. This is absolutely incredible. Enjoy, everybody, and have a wonderful week.